Everybody. All right. So in this video, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite topwater baits. Now, I think we have 7, if I count correctly. We have 7 baits up here. There is 2 hard baits, 2 soft body baits, and 3 soft plastics. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get into that here in a second. But first, I know there's a lot of people that watch my channel that are hunters, and if you don't watch my channel and you aren't a hunter, then just go ahead and skip up. I don't know, I might try to find out exactly when I switch back over to fishing, but I want to tell you guys a quick story about what happened today. So today, I decided to go to a place I haven't been in a couple weeks, and I was going to be hunting on the ground with my dad's crossbow, which here in Illinois, it is legal now. A couple years ago, they passed that law to where anybody can use a crossbow. It doesn't matter if you are injured or on disability or anything like that. Anybody can use them. It doesn't matter. So I decided, since I'm going to be on the ground and it's getting a little bit later in the year, I figured why not go ahead and switch over to the crossbow for a little bit, especially when I'm on the ground. Now, if I'm in a stand, I'll use my normal Hoyt Nitram. But if I'm on the ground, I kind of feel a little bit, not safer, but a little bit on, cards stacked in my favor just a little bit more with a crossbow. So, went over there, and the place that there's this pond. Now, I don't know if there's any fish in. I want to sneak over there and try to fish it one of these days, like in the spring or the summer, but I don't know if I will. I hope I can. But anyway, so there's this pond, right? So I'm on the south side of the pond, and I noticed there's some rubs and just deer sign everywhere around this pond, where you can tell they've been drinking and stuff. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to go around on the north side of the pond and set up there next to these 2 big red oak trees. There's 2 big red oak trees in the middle of nothing. There was just nothing there for quite a ways. It was all just really tall weeds. And there was this road that you basically walked up to, and you got over by those red oak trees. So I got up there next to those red oak trees and sitting there with my crossbow. Sat there for probably about maybe 10, 15 minutes. Got kind of bored, wasn't seeing anything. So I went ahead and got up, took my chair and everything, and started walking around to the west side of the pond. As I get around to the west side of the pond, I look across the pond, and on the other side, where I was just standing probably 20 minutes earlier, there's 2 does. So I'm like, okay, I can't make a shot this far. It's probably a maybe 80-yard shot. No way I can make it with my crossbow. So I'm like, okay, I'll sneak down below the dam of the pond and go around and try to cut them off before they get going over into the other woods. So I get down, I get around, start climbing up this hill. I get up on top of this hill, and there's a little opening to the pond where I was just standing probably maybe 25 minutes earlier. And there's 2 does that I can see. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I stood up and went to aim, they took off. And here come 4 more does and a decent buck come flying out from right where I was standing, probably not even 25 minutes earlier. And they just bust out and go towards the woods. So I'm like, darn it. So I basically kind of half run up the road, because I know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go down through the woods, then they're going to cut back and cross the road that I'm already standing on. So I start kind of halfway running down the road, trying to cut them off. I get about halfway down the road, and I see one of the does cross the road, and I see another doe cross the road. So I start going after them 2 does, thinking that maybe the buck and the other does had already crossed. That's not what happened. Those 2 does ran north, while the buck and the other does ran back west. These 2 does, and I don't know how, I've never seen deer do this, but they use themselves as decoys to lead me away from the herd. Now, I know it sounds like I'm crazy, but I know what I've seen. I was following those 2 does, and all of a sudden I heard something behind me. I look back, and they're running back the other way. They're running back towards the pond that I had just went by. Now, I've been hunting for 8.5 years now. I've been hunting ever since 2010, and I've never seen deer do this. It's wild. It honestly is. These 2 does acted as decoys to lure me away from this buck and the other does. And the buck and that does just ran the other way. They basically evaded danger by having these 2 does distract me. Now, some of you guys may have seen this type of behavior before, but me personally, I've never seen this behavior before. I've been hunting on the ground for a while. I've been hunting in tree stands for a while. I've been hunting just in general for quite a while, and I've never seen something like this before. Like, this was advanced deer activity that I've never seen before. Now, some of you guys who've been in the woods for 20, 30 years, like my dad, he knew what these deer were doing, and he said that he's had it happen before. But I hadn't. So I wanted to share that quick story with you guys because I was just completely shocked at how well organized these deer were. So good to where they knew that if these two does ran across the road in front of me, I would want to chase them and not look behind me where the buck and the other does were. I mean, honestly, I didn't know. I just don't know, man. It just shocked me at how smart and organized they were in that distraction, technique and whatever they did. I don't know, but okay. So go ahead and let's get into the fishing part. I just wanted to share that quick little story because I thought it was just completely wild and something I've never had happen to me before. But yeah, so